Well, KSI, we go again.
Yes.
You return after nearly 3 years out of the ring.
Yep.
How did it come about?
Well, Jake Paul, that was it. Like, I saw how everyone was doing with the whole boxing scene, and especially on the YouTube boxing scene, and I saw Jake Paul just on everyone, thinking he's the saying this and that. Just a lot of coming from him. So, oh wait, can I swear? I totally forgot.
That's all right. We've got a couple of beeps. But
Okay. My bad. And then, I felt like I needed to come back and show everyone that he's a fraud, and show everyone that I can destroy him easily.
I mean, you boxed a couple of times. Started off at the Copper Box.
Yes.
The fight that I was involved with. Actually, I've been involved in a lot of your career. If we go back to
literally.
Joe Weller, you showed good boxing skills, and then we had the fight with Logan Paul over here up in Manchester, which was equally as good, and then that one over in the States.
Yeah, stable.
Why did you come away from boxing and then decide to come back? I know you said because you're seeing how Jake's career's unfolded.
For me, I left because I felt like I'd accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I wanted to beat Logan Paul and show everyone that I could do it. You know, I was the heavy underdog for both fights, but I showed that yes, I have the dog and the heart to win that fight. So then I came off. I was like, all right, I want to focus on my music. I want to, make sure that my music is really popping, because I felt like musically, I needed to create more of a foundation of where I was at musically, and just work on making better music. Work on better songs, just constantly improving my craft. But while I was doing all of that, I was still working on my boxing. I was still making sure that
So you're still training?
Yeah. So I still was. For me, I hate watching back the Logan Paul KSI fight. I hate the second one. I hate it. It's just, I cringe at it, because it's just, there was no technique. The boxing technique was out the window. It was scrappy. It was rough, and it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. And, for me, I trained, but I clearly didn't train enough. I didn't understand it enough to know what punches to do, what things to do. Whereas now, throughout the time that had gone off, the 3 years that I was just doing music and then training, I was working on my balance. I was working on my skills. I was working on why I was punching, why I was throwing the jab, why I'm changing my angles, why I'm going orthodox. All right, now I'm going southpaw, why I'm using that to my advantage, why I'm staying on the outside foot whenever I go southpaw, etc. Things like this. Like, before, I didn't understand boxing. I was just like, oh, you just punch, and then if you can land a big punch, you win. But now it's like, okay, I can really piece up an opponent and be smarter with how I attack certain opponents. Styles make fights, and certain styles, are my kryptonite, as well as certain styles are my bread and butter. So, I'm just constantly working to improve, so that when it comes to boxing styles, I'm able to deal with all of them.
So you've been working on your boxing technique and your boxing IQ. You always had that strength and that rawness about you, but now you've been polishing up.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to rely on that now. Now I can actually just focus on me being a good boxer and knocking people out, because I haven't fully knocked someone out clean, throughout my boxing journey. I've, TKO'd and, won on decision, but I haven't actually knocked someone out. So, yeah, I want to start knocking people out.
Let's move on to the 27th of August, Saturday night.
Yes.
You've decided to come back after nearly 3 years, but not with one opponent, but two. You always seem to do something a little different. And with these two opponents, Swarmz, who's not boxed so much, he's a rapper, who's not done so much boxing, but
a lot of talk.
Your second opponent, to your credit, is a Mexican.
Yes.
So it's going to be tough.
I know,
and he's a professional boxer.
Of course.
So you've chose a serious opponent for the second one.
Yeah, and so with Swarmz, he called me out, said he would smoke me, said he would destroy me. So, I called him out on his BS, and I was like, all right, cool, let's go. And then I felt like I still needed to push myself more. And that's why I decided to do 2 fights, and then fight a pro boxer to show Jake Paul that I'm serious about this. And I fought a pro boxer before Jake Paul, and he's had 3+ years opportunity to do that. So with me, I'm very serious with this, and I chose a guy who has had 50 plus fights, amateur fights, has had a decent amount of boxing fights, and has the experience. And for me, he's young, he's about 23, he still has a lot more to do, a lot more to give, and I kind of want to just show everyone that I'm serious about this and that I'm going to knock people out. And if I can do it to a pro boxer, then I can do it to Jake Paul.
And I know that's a fight that you want now. You've had the fights with Logan Paul. You're looking at fighting his brother Jake down the road. But the question I want to ask you, KSI, is yes, that's great. You're chasing that fight, and that would be a huge fight.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, looking outside of that, what would the roadmap be? Would you, do you want to take professional boxing seriously? Is it like, would your long-term goal to be to try and win a title in professional boxing, or is it that you're just chasing that Jake Paul fight?
I think for me, it's like, with me, I always just base it on certain goals. I have certain goals in mind, and once I get those goals, then I decide at the time. So right now, I all I'm focused on is Jake Paul. But after, you never know. Like, if I want to have a super fight with Mayweather or McGregor, cool. If I want to try and get a title fight with a pro boxer that's all they do, etc., why not? Like, it's one of those things where it's kind of based on me and whatever I want to focus on. I know if I put my mind to anything and if I focus on it, I'm going to get it.
I'm going to throw a name to you.
Okay.
A professional boxer. His brother's super famous.
Don't say it better be Ev.
No. His brother's super famous. It's a fight that was going to happen.
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury.
No,
Is that a name that you would be targeting?
I'm definitely down to fighting Tommy Fury. Yeah, 100%. I feel like, I don't want to say too much, but like, for me, like, that could make sense for my next fight after the 27th.
Wow, you're looking as soon as that.
But I mean, there's obviously other names, but Tommy Fury is one of the names. Yeah.
Brilliant.
I don't want to.
No, I'm liking that, mate. I'm liking that. Listen, KSI, thanks so much for your time, and I'm looking forward to continuing the journey with you.
Yes,
it's been a bit of a ride for us,
and it will continue to be a ride. Whenever you go up on the KSI journey, bro, it is a roller coaster.
Wicked. Well done, bro.
Thank you, man.
Nice.
Got you.